Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Sandra.
And what's my name?
Daniel.
And what is the name of this channel?
The Day Dithers.
And what is this channel about, Sandra?
Stuff.
Films that we reviewed.
Or books.
Or books.
We might do books. I want to do books.
Maybe
sometime.
something else. And what are we talking about today?
The Life of Chuck.
We saw a film called 2024's The Life of Chuck.
Yeah.
And do you want me to do a little intro?
Yeah, you do the summary because I can't for this movie.
Okay, so 2024's The Life of Chuck stars Chiwetel Ejiofor, Karen Gillan, Mark Hamill, and Tom Hiddleston, among other actors. Mm. And the film starts out with Chiwetel Ejiofor and Karen Gillan. She's a nurse and he's a teacher.
I think she's a doctor.
She's actually a nurse.
Okay.
I checked.
Okay.
Because I was curious myself whether she was a nurse or a doctor.
Okay, I thought she was.
She's a nurse, according to the internet, and they are separated. They were a divorced couple, and they're having second thoughts about whether they should have got divorced, and they're thinking about getting back together. And this is taking place at the same time that the world is coming to an end. So we have volcanoes, we have earthquakes, we have...
the internet is gone.
That was the biggest tragedy of all. The internet is starting to go, the power is starting to go,
yeah.
And people are dying around the world, and the world seems to be coming to an end.
Yes.
But whilst the world's coming to an end, everywhere Ejiofor, I'm just going to call him Ejiofor because I don't know the character's name.
Marty,
okay. Everywhere he goes, Ejiofor sees pictures of Chuck, played by Tom Hiddleston, and he's got this big cheesy grin on his face, and he's like on billboards, he's on television ads when the television is running, he's on posters, he's on radio ads, and someone is like writing using like a biplane, "Thank you, Chuck," in like smoke in the sky.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they use to do that.
I don't either, actually.
Yeah, but you know how sometimes you get those things written by airplanes?
Yeah.
Okay, so but you don't know who Chuck is or why we're thanking Chuck or what that's all about.
He doesn't even look like he could be doing a job for 39 years.
No.
He looks 39.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah. And so this is the first act, and we get to the end of the first act, and Gillan and Ejiofor are together, and they're looking up at the night sky, and one by one, the stars start to go out, start to go blank, one by one. And that is the end of Act 1, and that is the end of my synopsis. Did you like the film?
Okay. You know what? I did.
You did?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Do you think I liked the film? Because we were going to do this. We were going to do this review a bit different. You were going to review it, and then I was going to review it like separately, and then we were going to predict what each other had thought about it. And I thought that you would think that I liked it, but that it was pretentious. And I think that you would have been right about that.
Oh.
Because I really liked this film.
I thought you would like it.
I did.
I thought you would really like the, I'm going to say, philosophical nature.
Well,
of it.
I found this film a little bit confusing, and I think we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the second and third acts, which is Act 2 and Act 1.
Yeah, because they do it in reverse.
Because they do Act 1, 2, and 3 in reverse.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them a lot. Okay, so I guess, do you want to talk about Act 2 and 3, or do you want me to do it?
I think you're better you're more detailed in the synopsis. This is all spoiler.
This is all spoiler. This is all spoiler.
Because this movie, I found, we didn't do it separately because I didn't even know how to summarize it.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult to get your head around this film.
Yeah, you have to kind of talk about it as a whole, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Because all of the stories are interwoven.
Yes.
With each other.
Yes.
But is there anything, before I talk about Act 2 and 1, which is also Act 2 and 3 in a way, do you want to tell me anything else you think about the film? Is there anything you want to say about it?
I think most of what I want to say is best after it's all kind of explained.
Okay, so I'll talk about Acts 2 and 3, which is also Acts 2 and 1.
Yes.
Okay. So then we cut to Act 2, which is Tom Hiddleston. Is there something?
It's 9 months before the world ends.
No.
Yeah, I think it is, though.
No, I don't think it is, but we'll talk about that. Okay. So then we cut to, no, I don't think it is. Then we'll cut to Act 2, which is Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston is an accountant, and he's walking down some street where this all takes place in the same basic area. And he sees a lady playing the drums.
Yeah.
And he starts dancing, and then he starts dancing with another lady in the crowd. And that is really Act 2.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
And then there's Act 3, which is Chuck as a young man, a boy.
Yeah.
His parents die.
When he's 7.
He's living with his grandparents.
Yes.
And his grandparents have a room in their house which is rather mysterious, which is where there's a lock on the room. And but his grandfather says you're not allowed to go up into this room.
Yeah, it's the only thing he's stern about.
You can't do it. It's wrong. You can't go up into that room because something strange happens up there. And so, of course, you immediately wonder what's going on in that room.
Well, so they tell him that it's because the floorboards are unsafe.
But that's not true.
That's not true.
There's something else going on. And that is, and then I think that broadly would describe the third act.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me, you give me some of your thoughts.
Well, I really liked it. I think it was interesting that I liked it, I thought. Did you think I was going to like it?
I thought that you wouldn't like Act 1 very much, but that you would like Act 2 and 3.
Act 1 has a very nice monologue and also a very nice mini monologue.
The worst part of the film is the monologue in Act 1, which is also Act 3.
I like the monologue.
Is that the one about the universe coming to an end?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was very well performed.
You know, one of the things that this film made me want to do is actually watch the 1980 documentary by Carl Sagan. I
have no idea why.
Because he's the guy that they're referencing about the time of the universe.
Oh, okay.
He had the Cosmos, the original Cosmos in 1980. I've never actually watched that documentary, and I felt like I probably would enjoy that, but I have never watched it. So maybe at some point I'll watch it. Okay. I think we should talk about the timeline, because I don't think you're right, but you can try and persuade me, okay? So tell me the order in which things are happening in this film.
Okay. So this is let me do my interpretation of this film. Don't good luck to me. I have done some thinking. Okay, so in the first, I think maybe in all of them, there is a narrator. Not a lot, but a slight narrator. Kind of reminds me a bit of Stranger Than Fiction, kind of, which you haven't seen, but a movie that I like.
The voiceover is by Nick Offerman.
Okay.
In case you wanted to know. I thought he did a good job with the voiceover.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
He is the guy who was in that, he was in that one with the zombies with Pedro Pascal.
The Last of Us.
He's in The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
He's in other stuff too. I think he's in Parks and Rec. I think he's in Parks and Rec, but I've never seen with the mustache. But I've never seen Parks and Rec, so I don't really know.
Yeah. So there's a narrator, and in the second act, he says that as Chuck's walking down, that Chuck will be dead in 9 months. He says that.
Yeah, he does say that.
So I think, and in the first act, he has this teacher that is reading a Walt Whitman poem.
Yep.
That is, what is it? What do they call it? What do they say?
I contain multitudes.
Yeah, I contain multitudes. So he's like, what does that mean? And he's a little boy. So she goes, what's in here? And he goes, his brain. But she was like, but more than that. And she talks about how every person you ever see, everything you interact with lives up here.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The first/third act.
Yeah.
Is all in Chuck's mind. And it's the interaction of these random people that he thought, but he like has seen at some point in his life, has interacted with. But he's dying. So their environment, their world is dying in his head.
Oh, okay. That's how you interpreted it.
That's how I interpret it.
That makes some sense. I think that makes a lot of sense.
How did you interpret it?
So if you take the three timelines, the three acts of the timeline together, they don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because Ejiofor is the same age in Act 1/3 as he is in Act 1/3, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's the same in the first and the third act, right?
Yeah.
And so that can't be the case because he's a boy. He's a boy then, but he's also an adult when the posters are created.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense. So the timeline doesn't work as reality.
Yeah.
So it makes me think, well, something isn't right here. And the fact that she did, there's a whole universe in your mind sort of thing. I contain multitudes. Made me wonder whether the whole thing was in his mind. But you think it's just the first act?
I think it's the first act because I think it's a brain dying because
the universe is going out and that's his brain dying. Yes.
And it's tons of correlation to the other two acts.
Yes.
Tons.
Yeah, because you see him as a boy and he's going to the dance class and you pan across and you see...
Yeah, he's at dancing in one of the dances and the teachers are there, you know? And so he makes his own life of these people that he just briefly saw.
Yeah.
And then there's also, like, you see the other nurse that works with the wife or the ex-wife. You see him drinking a coffee, I think, in Act 2, you know? And I bet you if we watched it again, we'd see, like, almost every character from Act 1/3 in the previous ones.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, I just want to point out, this is why in almost every way, I married up because that makes your analysis does make a lot of sense.
Oh.
And is not what I came up with, right?
Okay, what did you come up with?
What I came up with was just that this must be like some of this can't be real.
Delusional.
Some of this must be imagination. But the fact that he's dying and the world is coming to an end and it's the same kind of thing, that makes sense. And so, like, you're very, very clever, babe. But there is a question I have, which is that in Act 2, when he's dancing with the girl.
Yeah.
The voiceover says the girl is his sister.
Okay, so
who we believe died in a car accident. We find out in the third act.
Does he say that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he does.
Okay, so he does call her "Let's dance, little sister." That's what he says to her.
Yeah.
But when he was a little kid, he used to dance with his grandma, and she would say to him, "Come dance, little brother." And they're not brother and sister, right? So I think it's just a way to reference.
But they could be. That you look at them, they obviously cast her with the idea in mind that she looks like him.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
And that could be his sister. But that's why I'm like, is the whole thing in his imagination? Because not just because of those timelines, but like, if that was his sister, then is this like an alternative universe sort of thing? Like, is this somehow a different reality where his sister's alive, although he doesn't seem to know it's his sister? But the voiceover says it's his sister.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Like you're dancing, like he danced with his sister or something. I think it said. I agree with you completely. Like one of the things I was thinking about this is that we probably should watch this again to try and understand what's really going on. Yeah. Because on first viewing, like it's kind of confusing.
Oh yeah, for sure it is.
Yeah. Because if you put it in linear, if you put it in the order that they order it, if you go backwards from the beginning from Act 3 to 1 to 3, as it were. Does that make more sense? I'm not sure that it does.
No, I think it loses its thing. You know?
Yeah. Why do you think he's in all the posters, and why do you think Chuck's in all the posters?
Well, that's why I think it's in his brain, right?
Because you think it's in his brain.
Like, and then it's shutting down. Like, you did a good job, and then you see, because also in the third act, his wife and son are saying thank you to him.
Okay.
Right? So that is like probably what's registering audibly and reacting in his brain, right? Like he's hearing that thank you, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's that.
One thing I wondered is we haven't really talked about The Room.
No.
So one theory I had was that maybe if you put the story in linear 3, 2, 1 order, you start at the end of the film and go backwards. It did occur to me that maybe he died, but that he created those posters and those thank yous because he could see his own future. He could see his own death.
Well, he does, right?
From the room. So then he projects that forward into the future.
Oh.
That's one thing I did wonder. But also, here was something else I wondered, which was to say that, like, in some ways it could be seen as optimistic. Because if we say that your theory is wrong, and I think your theory is right, but let's just say it's wrong, it could be seen as optimistic in the sense that if Chuck is a boy when the world is ending, right? Because Ejiofor is the same age.
Yes.
Right? As let's say that the world is ending at that point, but we know that Chuck lives to be 39, then the story goes on, so the world doesn't end. So so the question you have at the end of the first act in the film, which is why the star's going out, is the world about to end? The answer could be no, we're optimistic, and the answer is no, because Chuck at least makes it to 39, and he's only 17 at the end of the third act, as it were.
Okay.
That was one interpretation I had of it.
So have you seen 9 Lives?
No.
Okay. It's so weird that you haven't seen any Ryan Reynolds films.
I haven't seen any Ryan Reynolds films.
Okay. So there was a part of it when I was watching it, and I thought when Marty, what's his name? Oh,
Ejiofor. His name is Chiwetel Ejiofor. That's the actor's name.
Okay. He's really good. I can't.
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Chiwetel Ejiofor. I had to look it up because I knew his surname was Ejiofor, but I didn't know how to say his first name.
Okay. So when he is just like, oh, he doesn't even look 30, like he looks 39, like not that he could be working for 39 years, right? And I thought there was something similar to 9 Lives to me. I don't know if I want to tell you what happens in 9 Lives.
No, you shouldn't, because I might watch it.
Yeah, because you might watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there are probably multiple interpretations of this film, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
I think that anybody who watches this might have a different take on what's going on.
Yeah.
There might be some. I think your take is the right one.
Wow.
Now I think about that, but like I think that you could probably look at this. Like if we watched it at another time, we could probably figure it out. But like watching it through the first time, you recognize, oh, these stories are kind of interconnected.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was like beautifully done though. Like I think.
Yeah, I thought so too.
My whole thing is you're more about the philosophy and pretentiousness of things, and I'm not. I'm
here calling me pretentious.
I'm here for a good time.
Wow.
But I just thought, because it's kind of depressing, but also beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think what I would describe as beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful film.
It's quite lovely and beautiful.
Yeah.
And it is a short story of, do you know?
Stephen King.
Yeah, Stephen King. I looked it up.
So I didn't know going in at all.
Either did I.
And I saw the credits at the end. It's a Stephen King film.
Yeah.
Which I guess, is it a novel that he wrote?
It's a novella, I guess.
From 2020.
Yeah, he released a book with 3 novellas in it.
Okay. There is one character which I think is very Stephen King.
Really?
Yes.
Which one?
Do you want to have a guess? It's not the grandfather.
It's not the grandfather. That's who I would have picked.
Okay. It's the guy who is the funeral director.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Explain that.
Okay, so the funeral director at the end of Act 1 is walking with Ejiofor to wherever they're going, to some neighborhood they're going to. And it's like, this is like a character out of The Stand.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's a very Stephen King, and that whole interaction is very Stephen King. It's like, if he's got a tell, that's it, you know? Like these characters just like walking along, talking about whatever. Yeah, I was like, oh, this feels like a Stephen King.
Oh, interesting. I was watching it and thinking, who wrote this?
Yeah.
Because this is just...
But yeah, so I think it has bits and pieces of Stephen King, but it's not horror-y at all. There's no horror in this film.
No, but he doesn't always do horror. I think some of my favorite films are his non-horror. Like Stand By Me is my favorite. Is my favorite film of all time.
What is the point of the funeral director?
Well, I think the funeral director ties back to the first/third act, where I don't know what the point of him is in the.
Why does he want to be a meteorologist?
Don't know.
I don't know. Right? There are lots of questions in the thing which I just don't know the answers to.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they have an answer, but like there's obviously a point to that character and a point to why he wants to work as a weatherman.
Well, I think that he shows kindness in the third and first acts.
And that's why he's in the third first act.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does Mark Hamill's character, the grandfather, is he right to push Chuck in the direction of accountancy? Or should Chuck become a dancer?
I think Chuck should become a dancer.
Even though he says you got a better chance of becoming a professional baseball player than becoming a dancer.
He's real good.
So did he push him in the wrong direction then? Did the grandfather do the wrong thing by Chuck?
He did. I don't think you should push kids in any direction.
But he's pushing him towards accountancy.
I know, because he's an accountant. That's the nature of humanity, isn't it? You just want someone to be better than you.
No.
No?
If I was an accountant, I don't know if I'd push my grandson to be an accountant.
You don't think you'll...
If he had a passion for dance, I don't think so.
Okay.
I was just curious whether you thought that, because it's a steady job.
Yeah.
And he's good at it.
Yeah.
And he seems to like it.
Yeah. So
is it a bad call?
Well, I don't know. I grew up being directed, not necessarily by my parents, but kind of by everyone else.
Yeah, what were they pushing you into?
Anything that could hold a job.
A steady paycheck?
Yeah. Like anything that so not something like a writer or an artist or anything like that.
Nothing you wanted.
Something that's employable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they wrong to do that?
Yeah, I kind of think they were. Because it made me always think, which I think I still think, is taking a chance on me is wrong.
Yeah. And you've had to unlearn that lesson, hey?
I think I'm still working on unlearning that lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember once someone tried to teach me into joining the Navy.
Really?
Like that was their whole thing. They were trying to push me into the Navy.
Oh my gosh.
It was someone in my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know who it was.
They were trying to sell me on the Navy. Anyway, so, okay, it's always, for me, okay, I've got a few other points.
Yeah.
First of all, it's always good to see Mark Hamill.
Yeah, you really I see him more and more now.
You know what happened though, right? I guess he was in Star Wars, and then I don't think he was in anything for
he disappeared.
After Return of the Jedi, he just seemed to disappear for like at least 20 years.
Yeah.
And then the Star Wars comes back.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh yeah, Mark Hamill, he's great. So why did we not cast him in anything? And now he's cast in everything.
Everything.
You see him all the time now.
Yeah.
And I think, oh yeah, it's good. I'm glad that Mark Hamill's back.
Yeah, he seems fun as a human being.
He's also, I think he's also a nice person from what I can tell. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm glad. I didn't realize he was in this film.
I didn't either.
Until we get to the third act, and it's like, oh, there's Mark Hamill.
That's this guy, right? Yeah. And I looked it up, yeah. Yeah,
at first I didn't even know it was him. And then I thought, oh, yeah, he's good. Yeah. I like that he's now aged into the point where he can play like the grandpa or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple of other points that I'd like to make about this film.
Yeah.
Because I have some opinions.
Good.
Okay, first of all, if I wanted to encourage somebody to take up drumming, I would show them this film 1,000,000 times before I would show them Whiplash.
Yeah.
Which is not a good film for drumming. Yeah. But this film is like, oh yeah, drumming. That seems cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that was one point I had to make. I have another point I want to make.
Yeah.
Which is, if we were going to do this, this review separately.
Yeah.
I was going to say that the one thing that my wife would take away from this film was we should take up a dance class. Put on your dancing shoes and let's go out.
Yes.
Because doesn't dancing seem fun in this?
It so does. I was sitting there, I'm watching this and I'm like, Frig, do I just love anything with a monologue and dance?
And dance, yeah.
Yeah. I think you sold me on that.
Because I don't know that they're great dancers, but they do a real good job. Like Hiddleston and the lady are just like dancing it up, and you're like, wow, this is just really good.
Yeah.
Like he's just like with the fingers, like he's just doing the thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess he could remember when he was dancing as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even the dance classes when he's young are good.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I know this dance, I know this dance, I know this dance. But then it's like, I don't know that one.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that was good. I was like, oh yeah, dancing. Maybe we should take up dancing.
I love taking up dancing.
Because I feel like in theory you love dancing, but then like we were gonna do. Do you remember we were gonna do a dance class before we got married? So we'd have, and then when we actually got married, I just ended up stamping on your shoes.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I was stamping on your feet when we're dancing around at the wedding.
Yeah.
I'm just like clogoppers, and just like crushing your toes.
Remember when we were staying at that place and we tried to take one of the lessons online?
Oh yeah,
Remember?
yeah. When we were
cha-cha?
when we were staying at that hotel. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I think in theory I like dancing.
Yeah,
certainly dancing is great in this film.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, it's always so joyful dance.
Yeah,
you know, because I think it's kind of this sad movie in a way.
Yeah,
but it has so much heart and joy and beauty in it.
It's such a the word to describe this film is beautiful. I think.
Yeah,
it's such a beautiful film.
Yeah.
I think everyone does a good job. Yeah, I think all the actors are good. I have one more question.
Yes.
Why does Chuck cut his hand at the end when he's like dancing as a boy? He's dancing.
Yeah.
And he cuts his hand.
He doesn't do it purposefully.
No, but like, what's that all about? Why is that in the film?
Why is that in the film?
Yeah.
Because it shows him when he goes up to the room and he sees his own death. He sees the scar on his hand.
Oh, that's why. So it's just so he knows it's him in the future.
Yeah.
And what do you think of that whole element of like being able to see your death in the future in the room?
Well, I think Chuck did it right because he decides that he has multitudes and he's not going to live his life waiting to die.
Yeah.
Because he knows he doesn't look that old.
Yeah.
In the bed. And so he is going to live his life to the fullest, which in reality is probably why he danced on the street.
Yeah.
It's because when is he ever going to have the opportunity again? And he has a wife that he seems to love and a child that he loves, right? Like that. Yeah.
Did you think there was any chance that he was going to get with the redhead?
Oh, yeah.
Was that because he's got a wife and kid?
I know. I was like, no.
No, but I
was thinking you better not.
No, but you know what though? If you didn't know he had a wife and kid, you'd definitely be matching those two up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
100%, because they're looking at each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's his sister, is it?
Oh, I don't think it is.
Well, I don't know, because I felt like that's what the commentary said. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I misheard it, but that's what I thought it said. Like, oh, but maybe you're right. Maybe you just meant little sister, like yeah. But it's interesting though that they said that, but he also lost his little sister in the car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was there's a lot of like little things going on in this film, which is like, oh, I guess I should rewatch it and figure them all out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what it was. Okay, I want you to give it a score, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, what's your score?
9 out of 10.
I'm gonna go.
I liked it way more than I thought I was gonna.
Yeah, so did I.
I didn't know anything about this film going in. Nothing.
I kind of was like, that's what you want to watch?
Yeah, I saw the poster. I saw the poster of Hiddleston dancing, and I was like, oh yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Let's watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't really want to.
No one talks about this film at all. This is like I've never heard of this. Like, why does no one mention this?
Yeah, 8.75.
8.75.
Yeah.
You can't quite get to 9, eh?
8.75. Yeah.
8.75.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my score.
That's your score.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So we would recommend The Life of Chuck.
Yeah, for sure I would.
To anyone who's got a heart.
Yeah. And if you watch it, let us know.
If you figure it out, and I bet everyone's going to figure it out, you know what I mean? We're going to be the only chumps, like, I didn't figure out exactly what was going on. We're going to be the only ones who didn't totally figure it out.
I feel like I did figure it out. I feel happy with my conclusions.
You did figure it out.
I'm going
to be the only chump who didn't figure it out. That's what it's going to be.
Come on, you see, like, it's your interpretation, right?
Yeah, I think my interpretation is wrong. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, so 9 out of 10, I would recommend it. Yeah, go and watch it. Go and find it. It's probably on Netflix or something.
Yeah,
I don't know
go
where
find it and then let us know what you think of it.
Let us know what's really going on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Bye.
Bye.